Bushcraft 412, and today I want to talk about my Mossberg 500 shotgun. Now, before we get going, the Mossberg's been around since, I believe, 1961, early 60s at least, and is one of the most popular pump-action shotguns out there. There's a lot of variants of this gun, so when you're looking around and looking at reviews and looking at other videos on YouTube, bear in mind there is a different variant of the Mossberg 500 for like every day of the month. They have military models, home defense models, field, hunting models, you name it. They have different interchangeable barrels. They also come in different, you have 12 gauge, 20 gauge, and I believe they also make a 410 as well. They have some that hold, the tubes only hold 5, some of the tubes hold 7 rounds. But this one here, this is mine. This is a field version. It's not a home defense model. It's not a military model. So bear that in mind when you leave comments. This one is chambered to hold 3-inch shells or 2 3/4. It can handle either one. I've already removed the plug, which is basically a piece of wood that's in the tube. This one has basically the rifled cantilever barrel with the built-in integral scope mount, standard, Picatinny. And this one, when I bought it, came with this little crappy scope. It's just a little 2.5x. I'm going to get rid of it eventually, but it's actually working good for now. No complaints about it other than it's just a little 2.5x. Mine also has a cheek weld on that, which I really do enjoy because I do a lot of my firing with this. From a seated position, I really do enjoy that feature. As for operation, this is a normal pump action shotgun, really not much different than any other shotgun you're going to see. The biggest bonus of this gun is the interchangeable barrels. Down here, this thing right here, you basically loosen this up, which we're not going to do. You loosen this up, and the barrel comes right out. Put the new barrel in, tighten that back down. This holds the pressure of the barrel into the receiver, not the receiver. So very nice setup and lets you get the barrel in really snug and secure. This one here, as you can also see, is a vented barrel. Not sure what purpose that serves. Maybe just decoration, but worth noting. This one here, let's talk about accuracy. This is right here, this is the rifle barrel. Mine also came with a smoothbore barrel. I don't use the smoothbore very much because I have a couple other shotguns I use for shooting, shot. I use this pretty much for deer hunting because we have a good portion of the state that is shotgun only. So this is the rifle barrel, and I only shoot Sabot slugs through it. And I have a video on ammunition which goes over that if you are interested in any more information about that. Accuracy, I know people have said this gun is capable of getting 2-inch groups at 100 yards. I'm not doing it. I'm not sure if it's the scope, or if it's me and my shooting, but I'm getting more like 3, 4, sometimes 5 and 6-inch groups at 100 yards. I'd like to blame it on the scope, but it may be me, But from what I've read online, there are people out there who are shooting this and getting very good groups with this setup, with the barrel, the rifle barrel. Let's see. Oh, another thing. The Mossberg 500. According to Mossberg, and this is on Wikipedia, I believe I read this. The Mossberg claims this is one of the only rifles to have ever, rifles. Let's start over. This is one of the only shotguns to have ever passed the military torture test. I guess what they did was they ran this thing with 3,000 rounds of full power buckshot, and that was the military's torture test, and this passed it. So kudos to this gun. It's a tried and true gun. It's been running since the 60s, and if the military is using it, and if it meets military specs, now I'm not saying this particular one makes military specs, because this is a field version, but the military models, have the same interior components. So it is, this is definitely a high quality gun for the price. And the price on this, I paid about $275 for the package, which, like I said, came with a scope, 2 barrels, the rifle barrel and the smooth barrel. They did have a couple other options in the store with synthetic stocks, and I believe they also had one that was camo as well, another option out there. But I didn't care too much about the camo. I didn't want to pay an extra $40 for it. Now, I guess there is a lot of furniture that you can replace out on this. I've never done any research into it, but I've just read that you can replace all the furniture on this with synthetic or wood or whatever it is you want, which is another added bonus. I would categorize this gun as a very extremely versatile, high value gun. Like I said, there is a model for home defense with a shorter barrel and a pistol grip. There is a model, a military model. There's models that just have the smooth barrel. I mean, you name it. There's all kinds of different packages. So when you're buying this and looking at reviews, bear in mind that the people who have this gun may not have the same package that you're looking at. But I think for a deer gun, this is a fantastic gun. I mean, I think there's none better in the price range of $275. I've got some experience with the Remington 870s and a few other. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I know I'm familiar with the 870, but I can't remember what else I have a lot of experience with. But I think this is better than the 870. It's another statement. It's probably going to get me crucified, but I just think it's a good, reliable pump shotgun. Pretty decent trigger to it. Very reliable, dependable, easy to clean, and most of the interior parts you can remove. The trigger can be pulled out. Elevators and all that can be pulled out. Takes a little work, but there you go. I would say in the price range, great rifle, good all around, versatile. I can use this to hunt pretty much anything. The smooth barrel does come ready to accept different chokes, and I have, I think, 3 or 4 chokes for it, which I have another video on the chokes, so you can look up that one as well about how to change out the chokes and what they're for. But I can hunt small game, big game, waterfowl, turkey, you name it, I can hunt it with this gun. And how else can you go wrong? $270 and I can hunt year round with this thing. That's Bushcraft 412. Any questions or comments, feel free to leave them.